Are you interested in the Great Park Neighborhood new construction project by Toll Brothers in Irvine, Orange County? If so, this video is going to give you some great information to help you get a better deal if you purchase a property in that community. My name's Patrick. I'm a real estate agent, so I earn my living by helping people just like you buy and sell properties here in Orange County. So before we dig into the actual property itself, I have to read a disclaimer. I got this disclaimer from Toll Brothers. And it basically says, look, I don't represent Toll Brothers. I'm not employed by them. I'm not under contract with Toll Brothers. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I'm an independent real estate agent. Now, I'm a huge fan of Toll Brothers. They do amazing work, and I'm going to reflect that in this video, but I'm not affiliated with them at all. The images that are on this website, rather on this video, I got from their website. And they can't be relied upon to confirm applicable features because things change. Okay, so I did the best that I could to have accurate, up-to-date information at the time that I put this video together, but things can change. So we all have to keep that in mind. All right. I also want to start off by introducing you to the big builders that are out there across the country. Who are the big players? Well, the number one, kind of the volume leader is D.R. Horton. They are a monster. They have projects all across the country. Other big volume producers include Lennar is a huge producer, and of course, KB Homes is more on the affordable side. They also do a ton of properties. Pulte Group is a consistent top performer, has a great reputation as well. Taylor Morrison actually has the best reputation of all of these seven that I'm highlighting here. Taylor Morrison has the highest rating from customers in terms of their reputation. Then you've got Shea Homes, which specializes in communities here on the West Coast. And finally, Toll Brothers. And Toll Brothers is known as the luxury producer. They make incredible homes, premium features, premium materials. They really put beautiful communities together. And this is a Toll Brothers project. So we're going to be looking at that. So um, when you purchase a property from a new construction, from a builder, always buy with an agent. First of all, it doesn't cost you a penny. Like they literally, the builder pays my fee. It doesn't change the price for you. It doesn't cost you anything. And meanwhile, as an agent, I can make a huge impact on your negotiation for a property in that community because I'm here all the time and I know what deals are being cut with different buyers. I know which features they're giving out, which premiums they're offering. I have a really good handle on what's available, and so it allows me to negotiate much more effectively on your behalf. And again, it doesn't cost you anything. I can literally save you thousands. Now, the trick is uh, you have to be registered. I have to register you with the builder before you come to the property. If you go to the property first on your own, then you're not allowed to bring in an agent after the fact. So it's really important if you want to have representation, if you want to have someone who negotiates on your behalf and someone who knows what they can get and what we can negotiate for, let me know. I will get you registered with the builder, with Toll Brothers ahead of time, and then we can go down there together. And at that point, I can represent you throughout the process. As well, for you to be, kind of to have an idea of what we can negotiate for, you have to know some background information. Builders are very resistant to cutting the price of the properties because if they sell a property at a discounted price, that becomes a comp, right? A comparable property, which makes it harder for them to sell at a higher price for the subsequent units. They have dozens of units, right? And so they can't sell at a discount because that would make it impossible for them to sell the rest of the properties at the price that they want. And so you end up negotiating for things other than price, which is upgrades and premiums. These are the big ones right here that I've listed. It really depends on what's important to you and what your priorities are. So we have to have a conversation ahead of time to know what it is you're looking for because we can negotiate for any of these things. So upgrades, premiums, we're talking about granite countertops, nicer materials. Closing costs, we can negotiate for them to cover closing costs. Interest rate buy downs, so they can actually pay prepaid interest, which will allow you to have a lower interest rate and thereby a lower payment. We can negotiate for free appliances, right? And not just one thing. We can negotiate for a whole package. In fact, it makes a lot of sense to negotiate for a bundle of benefits together. You get more that way. But we can also negotiate for extended warranties, flexible move-in timelines. Any of these are the big things, and there are others, but you should know the sorts of things that we can negotiate for. Now, what's going to put you in the strongest position possible? And that's my job as an agent, is to help you be in the strongest, most powerful position that you can be in as a buyer. So here's just a few initial, I've got a whole bunch of information for you, but getting a fully underwritten DU pre-approval. DU stands for Desktop Underwriter. That's the automated underwriting platform by Fannie Mae. So this is as opposed to just having a pre-approval letter. It's much more powerful to have a fully underwritten DU pre-approval. I can help you with that. Familiarity with the builder inventory. If we're working together, then I've got that covered. I know the inventory very well. Having a significant down payment puts you in a stronger negotiating position for sure. So that's something that you can't easily change. But if you have a significant down payment, it really goes a long way for getting what we want through that negotiation process. And also having proactively right off the bat proof of funds. What does that mean? Bank statements showing your deposit, showing that the money is there. We want to submit that with the offer so that they see it up front. It puts us in a stronger negotiating position. Now, I've got a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm not going to go through this because it's not what the video is about, but I literally have entire videos on my channel that have all sorts of tips on how you can be in a more powerful position as a buyer, and you can pause the video and read this if you want. So we're here to talk about the project at Great Park Neighborhoods in Irvine. So where is that located? You can see the giant orange balloon from literally miles away. If you're driving anywhere in South Irvine, where the 405 and the 5 meet down by the Spectrum, you can always see this on the eastern side. It's a huge orange balloon, and that's Great Park. And it's a destination. People drive from all over Orange County to bring their family, bring their friends, bring their children to Great Park. And that means there's a ton of amenities. There's things for you nearby. Here's where the project is located in that green space right underneath the arrow. That is Great Park. And then you've also got the Irvine Spectrum, which is right down here where the 405 and the 5 meet. So again, in that area are an absolute ton of amenities, restaurants, entertainment options, theaters, all sorts of facilities and entertainment options for you are available. Certainly, if you like the outdoors, this is a great place to be because the park is huge. It's 1,300 acres, even bigger than that. So here's the layout of the property that's being developed. There's over 350 individual lots, which is quite a large project. And here's where it's actually located, just to kind of zoom in a little bit. This is right east of the 5 and south of the 133. Okay, the amenities are, I mean, for starters, you can literally walk down the street and be in Great Park, which has just literally a ton of amenities for you. There's also amenities at the property itself. So again, if you're into outdoors, you want to be active, have an active lifestyle, this is the perfect property to facilitate that. They really have gorgeous amenities. They have 5 individual collections. And you've got some details here, so you can pause the video if you want to look at it in more detail. The first two, the Elm collection and the Birch collection, those are not detached single-family residences. They're attached. So they're more like townhomes, and so they're in buildings that incorporate more than one unit. So the Elm and Birch collections are in 3 different building formats. This is the first one, which again has an Elm unit and a Birch unit inside of it. This is the second format that has multiple units in it from both the Elm and the Birch collections. And this is the third building style, which is the largest of the 3. And again, it has unit options from both of those collections. But let's go into the 3 top collections. This one's the Alder collection. This is the Brunia. So all these homes are quite modern. They kind of have a Miami feel to them. They're beautiful inside. They have like huge vaulted ceilings by the staircases and so on. Really, really beautiful. So on the bottom, it says 3 plus 2 plus. That's 3 bedrooms or more and 2 bathrooms or more. 2,667 or 69 square feet. So these are big properties. This is the smallest one. It only gets bigger from here. And they start at 2.1 million plus. So this is the starting range. And then depending on what you get added and different features and different units, They could go higher from there. So also in the alder collection, you've got the Kuro. Again, it's kind of a boxy look. Some people like this, some people don't. I actually think they're beautiful. It's very modern living. These are slightly larger units, so 2,700 square feet. Again, 2.1 million is the starting price. The Maranta is again in the alder collection. Again, slightly bigger still. So each time it's as I go through, they're getting a little bit bigger each time. Here is the Rowan collection. This is the Bauer, 2,653 square feet, 2.3 million, so a little bit higher starting price. And again, it's not the only model that they have in the Rowan collection. They also have the Kalia, which is 2,793 square feet. So it's inching a little bit bigger and bigger as we go. The Celine, 2,900 square feet. This is starting to get into a pretty large home. And then finally, you've got the Laurel collection. This is the Citrina, 3,485 square feet. This is a big home, 5+ bedrooms, 5+ bathrooms. So you might not need that much space, right? You probably have a big family if you need that much space, but this is a large home. There's a lot of space here. This is the Pamela, again, 5+ bedrooms, 5+ bathrooms, 3,700 square feet, $2.8 million. And finally, this is the Quincy model, 5+, 3772, $2.8 million. This one has an A-frame feature here, which has a slightly more traditional look and a huge balcony up there on the third floor. Really, really beautiful homes. Okay, so you're right adjacent to a 1,300-acre park with just tons of amenities. You've got a diverse home types available, which means you've got both the townhouses and you've got the single family detached, and there's quite a few different models to choose from. There's tons of trails, tons of recreation. And again, this is a destination. People drive to come to this location, which means there's tons of amenities, community things. It's set up for community gatherings. So there's restaurants, there's theaters, there's all sorts of things that you can do and be a part of when you live in this community. So look, there is a smart way to do this. If you're interested in this property, give me a call. I can help you. I can do it. I can help negotiate. I can get a better deal for you than you probably would get on your own. I'd love to hear from you. You can send me a text. My contact information is also in the description of this video. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope that we get a chance to meet each other sometime soon.